I gotta tell you something I could do. I could be running around chasing you, but I won't, 'cause I got better things to do.
Hello my beauties, thank you so much for watching. My name is Peladi. In today's second episode of my how to do eyeshadow series for beginners, I'm going to start off by priming my lid space. Today I'm using my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Toffee.
Life, if you hadn't run away, every time I asked you stay, you would see bright.
Always remember to blend out your concealer just until it gets tacky. This is how your concealer should be looking after you're done blending it out. Alright, so now I'm going to head on over to my Sorbet Powder to You and lightly set my brow bone area with this translucent powder.
It's a part of the game.
So for today's cut crease look, I will be playing in my Makeup Revolution Velvet Rose palette, and on my base shadow brush by Real Techniques, I will go into this shade right here and I will start applying it in a dome-like shape slightly above my crease area. Remember, the crease area is where your eye folds when you open your eye. So I have a bit of a hooded eye, so I am going to apply the shade slightly above my crease area. So that brush is a bit too big for the look I'm going for today. Since we are doing a halo cut crease look, I will switch to my Zoeva 221 brush. Must always dust off the excess shade so that you don't have patchiness on your eye look.
I'm a winner, babe, but you didn't win this. It's a part of the game. Yeah, I beat you at your game.
And only now will I take that base shadow brush to buff out and blow out the harsh edges.
Man, I really love to play.
And then you want to go back with the shade just to make sure that you still have an intense color payoff.
Me, all you wanted was a game to play, and you couldn't handle that I had.
And now to transition that shade, I'm going to go back into the Makeup Revolution palette, and this time on my Zoeva 227 brush, I'm going to take this burnt orange shade right here and just trace it along the edges of that first shade.
It was a game to play, and you couldn't handle that I had my ways. I found your matrix and your side chicks. I'm a winner, babe, but you didn't win this. It's a part of.
And now going back into the palette, I am going to take this matte black shade on this detailing pencil brush. I'm going to go in with as little product as possible at a time, and I will apply it on the inner and outer corners of my eye. When working with black, you really want to go in with as little product at a time as possible because it's very easy for it to overtake the whole entire look. And now I will take that large shader brush and gently buff in with patting motions that black shade into the outer part of my eye, and I will drag whatever is left slightly into my crease.
If I got $1 for every time you slam the door, I would be the richest girl alive.
And now back with my Zoeva 227 brush, I'm going to take that first shade that we started off initially and diffuse that black shade. So I'm going to apply the shadow directly on top of the black shade just to make sure that it's not looking this harsh.
To play, and you couldn't handle that I had my ways.
To cut my crease, I will be going in with my LA Girl Pro Conceal. This one is in the shade Warm Honey, and I will mix it in with my LA Girl Pro Primer, which I will rub out at the back of my hand to form a bit of a paste. When it comes to doing a halo cut crease, you want to look straight ahead into your mirror, and because I have a bit of a hooded eye, I always like to cut it slightly above my crease so that my eye look shows when my eyes are open.
Now I'm beating you at your own. Yeah. If I got $1 for every time you slam the door, I would be the richest girl alive. But you didn't want me, all you wanted was a game to play, and you couldn't handle that I had my ways. I found your.
Remember to always think of a dome-like shape when cutting your halo cut crease.
It's a part of the game. Yeah,
So up next, what you want to do is you want to diffuse the harsh edges of that concealer, and I like to use this eyeshadow helper, which I know most of you beauties have in your kit, or you can also use your fingers for this step. So you want to pat down the concealer on the edges. This helps the concealer become easier to blend out. Hi. Then I'm gonna flip the brush around because it's got this lovely small blending brush that I love to use for this part of my cut crease, and I will go back into the Makeup Revolution palette. This time I will take this brown shade, and this is the shade I'm going to use to diffuse the edges. So what you want to do is you want to pat the shade just along the edges where that cut crease ends, fading it into the black part a bit. And now for the rest of my mobile lid, I'm going to go into my signature exotic palette, and on that concealer brush I will go in with the Dreams and Goldie.
I could be running or chasing you, but
remember to use your brush wet, like I said in episode 1 of the series. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And if you have subscribed, please like this video.
Alive, if you hadn't run away, every time I asked you stay, you would.
And now to diffuse those harsh edges even more, I'm going to head on over back into my Velvet Rose palette and take that matte brown shade on the small blending brush. And now that we have that beautiful gradient forming, you always want to go back into those shimmer shades and overlap them over the brown.
That you're an enemy I held too close. Now I know, 'cause you did everything to prove me wrong. You were not.
You want to go back and forth with your brown and your shimmer shade just so that you get a beautiful gradient effect going on the outer parts of the halo eye. So beauties, this is a look in itself, so you can definitely pop on your liner and your lashes and you're good to go. But I just want to upgrade this a little bit more, hence I'm going to apply these glitters that I got from NYX right down the center of my halo eye. I will use my lash glue to apply them using this small brush. You don't want to go in with a lot of glue. You want to just dip it. What I do is I transfer it at the back of a palette, and then I dip the brush into it and I wipe it off somewhere like so. I'm just going to trace down the center, and while it's still wet on the brush and on my eye, I'm going to dip that very same brush into the glitter and just trickle it down the center of my eye where I have that lash glue. Now for liner, I will go in with my Wet n Wild Mega Liner. I'm going to give myself a very small wing, and I will wear my Do Strong Natural and Soft lashes today. But before all of that, I am going to coat my lashes with my Essence False Lash Mascara, just to get rid of any glitter and to separate my lashes so they melt in well with my falsies. Wearing liner is totally optional for this look. I just need something to hide my lash band, the lash band that is on my falsies. So my beauties, I actually lined my waterline using my NYX Jumbo Pencil in the shade Milk. And now I want to smoke out my lower lash line using the shades that I used in my crease area on the small blending brush.
This is somebody who loves me too.
You really want to bring it as close to your lash line as possible, but because I have on this white liner, I really don't want to interrupt it, so I'm just tracing along the edges of where that Milk Jumbo Pencil liner ends.
Every time I asked you stay, you would see bright.
And I'm going to blend those two shades together using this tapered blending brush. And now for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to go back into my signature exotic palette, and I will take the shade Dreams, only this time on the small pencil brush.
I'm a winner, babe. But you didn't win this. It's a
Just like that, my beauties, we have made it to the end of episode 2 of my eyeshadow tutorials for beginners series. If you haven't already seen episode 1, I will be sure to link it up in the cards up here so you can go and catch up if you haven't seen it yet. And also, if you haven't already, my darling, please subscribe to my channel and show your girl some love. Also, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and I will catch you guys again in episode 3. Bye.